Hello. Oh, wow. What a beginning to a morning yap. Good morning. It's morning yap. Good morning. How are you? Let me know in the comment section wherever you're listening to this, if you're on the YouTubies or if you're on the Lift Every Voice platform, which I should promote more often because we have a lot of things over here. Anyway, we had our second performance of My Name is Florence, the world premiere of My Name is Florence last night. It was wonderful, darling. So lots of people that I love and adore that were in attendance. The after talk was wonderful, and those of you that are coming in person, there is apparently a panel talk afterwards every night with some of the leads as well as a couple of the chorus members. So that is extremely fun. Hold on, I forgot to grab my brushes again. Anyway, at the after visit panel, and here's the thing. I want to say that I hear these feelings. I know they're valid, and everyone can feel whatever type of way they would like to feel about said things. However, the topic came up about self-caring during everything that's going on outside our door, and also during this show, which has, while it is, I keep getting DMs today and text messages from people that listened to it or saw it last night because it was on NPR, that there are some heavy themes. They laughed and they cried. And so there are things in this show. No, let's not steal mommy's only. Here, I have something you can have.
Hi.
Hang on. Here, you can have this one. Do you want to take that one? Okay. Yours. Yes, yours. There are some major themes of, very serious things. And I'm going to talk about this, I think, on my Instagram because, I may upload it here as well, but I am going to talk about this passing, presenting, not being black enough for spaces, not being white enough for spaces, the biracial experience, because I haven't talked about it in a long time. A lot of it was because it's really, touchy to talk about, but also because I am often not surrounded by people who can identify with that experience, that life experience. But what I wanted to talk about today is not any of that, aside from that, this concept of, the self-care and a couple people were like, it's very odd to come in and do something that is lighthearted or, do music, and have this kind of joyful place to go. And, the cast is wonderful, and the staff is wonderful. And, having that. Anyway, guilty about feeling joy or experiencing joy in this moment, or art being hard to make. And again, everyone's feelings are valid. However, I don't find it that hard to create art in a time like this, because I believe that art and music are tools to the world that we're trying to build together, to the world beyond this one. And I think it is so important to highlight our joy. Now, that being said, I am often equally as scared to share my joy. I felt very weird about sharing about opening night, which is why I haven't shared about it on Instagram. I haven't even really shared about it here, right? And so, I identify with that, but I'm also we have this expectation, oops, sorry, baby, that when bad things are happening, we need to be just the only way to be is to trudge through life, right? And I even saw last night someone, and I'm going to talk about this on Facebook, but I saw somebody on my personal Facebook, I saw somebody say the anger, oh, let's not play with that. That's sharp. That's ouchy. I saw someone say that the anger is unending. And yes, however, once again, the anger, the fear, these uncomfortable emotions, we need to feel them, but we also have to move through them, because they are not the thing that is going to keep us. Hold on. What was I talking about? Oh, but the thing that's going to sustain us is not it's not the uncomfortable emotions. It's not the anger. It's not the sadness. It's not any of that, right? It is the community, the joy, the love, the peace, the art making, the craft making, these are all things that are actually going to sustain us and actually help us make the new world, as opposed to this anger, which I understand the anger. And again, I do think we have to get angry to get activated. I think sometimes we need fear to get activated, but it is not the thing that sustains us. And so I encourage artists to stop feeling bad as much as you can, right? Move through that emotion. Piper, do not color on my walls, please. No, find a piece of paper. We don't color on mommy's walls. Can you find paper? Go find a piece of paper. There's some in the kitchen. I was on a good one. Parenting a toddler is so joyful, but also it's like, oh my God, and being pregnant, like pregnancy brain combined with mom brain combined with overly tired. I encourage artists to not feel bad that your tool in these moments could potentially be comedy. It could potentially be joy. It could potentially be laughter. Piper, do not color on my walls. It could potentially be, a very intricate art song cycle. So at the end of the day, one of the things that capitalism teaches us, and this is where I'll finish, one of the things that capitalism and supremacy culture and all of these things teach us is that we should be ashamed of the things that make us individuals. We should be ashamed of the things that give joy. We should be ashamed of our art. And that is just not true. So the way that you utilize your art, the way that you make your art, the way that you share your art, don't feel guilty for it. Try your utmost to move around that emotion, to move through that emotion, because we need the art and we need the joy. Love y'all. Abolish ICE, make good trouble, do good work. Joy is our revolution. I'll see you next time.